So headset is is equivalent to set. Basically, it checks duplicates. So they're saying that creating this item it requires a sacrifice for space, and I'm not sure how much of big O of how much it is for the space. But that you just need to run through one time. So each number it goes in just one time. You check that 1, 2, 3, and then the 1. So it's just one cycle of it, as opposed to you needing to keep checking this. Like you don't need to do all this. You don't need to keep on checking on all the variables per se. It's just like a one-time off thing that you actually go in, and then that's the end. As opposed to this checking of like every element. And I mean the time complexity is big O of n because as what we said earlier from previous, you go through one cycle. So the thing is it checks for duplicate, right? So 1, 2, 3, no problem, but you put in the 1 because there's already a 1 over here, then it will say that because there's duplicate. On previous episode they do sorting, and that will be for the time it will be then be n log n, right? So that's the formula time for sorting. And they talk about like given that you still am able to use the space with the same one, so it's just big O of constant, doesn't affect much. Then back to the problem statement is like just checking whether if element has duplicate or not. So because at the start is so I think you keep on checking the adjacent value, because I think the moment you sort it, the value that usually is duplicate is usually they are actually side by side per se. And why are they side by side? Because we did sorting, so the numbers are arranged. And there we do comparison of side by side value, and then we can find the duplicate. I mean, if we were to do this sorting thing, um, I think it's quite troublesome for us to go like this, like this. And that's why the formula time complexity is n log n. Compared to doing all sorts of like formula, they check everything, the n square. At least this one is slightly better, because you're moving at this adjacent way. And the space complexity, I think, is big O of constant. I think the last one is this one. It was checking with like one with all the different combination. It's, in my opinion, a very four factorial of an approach, but somehow their time complexity was n squared. So I'm kind of confused why, like what's the difference for me doing a 4 factorial and n square. I'm kind of confused why this one isn't 4 factorial per se, but also at the same time I can see why the answer will be n square. And honestly, I think that actually n square is so much worse than 4 factorial, right? And usually when I see about time complexity, I don't see like a 4 factorial kind of a thing. And I think they are sort of like interchangeably being used generally as being a n square. So, and I can tell why n square is the way to go, because I just feel that you have a list of numbers, right? And that you're going through every single possible combination for each of it, which is why you start from 1, every combination of 1, every combination of 2, that's why, which is all these, right? Every combination of 1, 2, 3 and 1, right? Therefore n square. And it's just basically doing this is all about like every single combination possible, and the time complexity for it will be big O n square. While the space is still the same, big O constant. So yep, there you have it. Everything comes to an end.